What is up, everybody? I am your host and current and longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion of all time, the one you all came to see, the hot commodity, and see. And I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, WrestleMania season. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Christian. Uh, we're recording on Sunday, so that means we are one day from WrestleMania week.
Mhm.
I was just talking about this off air. Only week year where there's wrestling Monday through Sunday. So I'm excited.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I still don't have my predictions yet as to who's gonna win. We still got a couple of nights. Listen, I'm excited to defend this title. WrestleMania, I was nervous, but I'm walking into WrestleMania season as champion. I'm gonna walk out as champion. I like the light. You're giving me vibes back here. I'm excited. For all of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it's probably because you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you're checking us out. Check us out on YouTube so you can see Christian's different. Ooh, look at it. Yo, I feel like I'm in a fucking episode of like Club Nights USA.
Every time I use my remote, for some reason, it's fucking weird.
That's cool, man. It's cool though. It changes it. It's like a sign that
So
that's
I don't even use this. I use my phone for my remote.
feels like a night out at Pulse. Or not Pulse, Partners. So we are here at the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast covering WWE Monday Night Raw live from March 20th, 2023. And we start out the night with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn coming out separately. We saw the big hug, the reunion of these two last Friday on SmackDown. So excited to see them, come out again tonight to open the show. And Kevin says, for 20 years, I have been your biggest fan. I've always said you were the best, and you outgrew the bloodline. I couldn't take seeing you under Roman's thumb by choice, and I agree we need to end the bloodline together. That's when the Usos come out, and Jay says that's what a backstabber looks like. You're gonna backstab each other. You're gonna cut each other's throat out, and just annihilate one another. So he says everyone knows it's your biggest dream to screw over Roman Reigns, Jay. And then Kevin says there's only one place to settle this: you and your brother against me and my brother at WrestleMania. Jimmy says there ain't gonna be a no title shot. Jay says, but you know what, Jimmy, this might be our last shot to end the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens problem. So we accept. But we don't have to wait until WrestleMania. That's when the Usos brawl with Kevin and Sami outside. Kevin runs a super kick to Joe, and Sami runs, but Jimmy pulls Joe out. And as the Usos are being started collecting the bearings, we see Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa arrive backstage with Roman Reigns. So I kind of knew the match was going to be official. Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Now that it is official, what are your thoughts that the match is going to happen at WrestleMania?
Well, I thought this was a great. It was a great. You start the. They always start the show, Raw and SmackDown with Bloodline shit. So it's a good way to start the show always. Jimmy did the right thing. I think. I'm so excited for this match. We're 1 week away. I don't want to keep continuing about this because it's just another good storyline, another good part of it. We're getting there. I feel like this week is the most important week. This week may be the last week of this whole thing. We don't know. So this week's a really pay attention. But good segment. Gets the crowd is getting very amped up about it, especially now that KO and Sami are on the same page. So I'm excited.
Dude, I'm excited too. I mean, buddy, I'm surprised that this match won't be the main event one of the nights, but every match seems to have a good enough story.
I think Ray versus Dom personally should main event night one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Rhea and Charlotte.
Yeah. Well, listen, like you said, I'm excited. This match, even though it's a tag match, there's a lot of story behind it. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Even though there's really no, huge marking behind it except for the tag titles, this is gonna be a great brawl, a great match between these four brothers. All right, we have a next match here.
While
coming
Ant
up.
talks about this next match, I will be right back. I need to go unlock the door.
There we go.
I'll be right back. But
We'll be right back. And I know he's gonna be right back. And as he comes right back, we have the WWE United States Champion Austin Theory. He's not defending the title, but he'll be taking on Montez Ford with Angelo Dawkins. We saw Theory defeat Dawkins last week, so why not have a chance to take on the other half of the Street Profits? So the match comes around after Montez Ford nails a flying cross body and a back suplex. Sorry, Ford nails a dive to the outside, but Theory is able to nail the A-Town down and get a 3 count victory, getting momentum heading into WrestleMania. And my man is back. Uh, After the match, Theory grabs the microphone and Theory says that Montez Ford didn't believe in me, and now he does. John Cena, you don't believe in me, but at WrestleMania, you will. So, you're just in time. We just talked about Theory defeating Ford. More momentum for Theory going into WrestleMania against John Cena. We did learn that John Cena versus Theory would open WrestleMania night one. So, what are your thoughts on this match? I mean, you have the future versus the past. What do you think?
absolutely, I think it's a good match. Theory's not going to lose going into WrestleMania. So it's a good way to put him over. For Montez, on the other hand, I mean, this is a good match for him. He participated in the Elimination Chamber match. So he's seen Theory before. I believe this is his first time going 1-on-1 with them too. So this is a good match. I'm hoping to see Ford do a little more singles action here. I don't know how long that's gonna happen. But I hope so. I'm excited to see Theory compete at Mania. But other than that, this is just a predictable outcome.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like you kind of know that Theory is gonna win. Um, I don't know who's going at Mania between Theory and Cena. I think I know who's gonna win, but in terms of how they're gonna win and the ending, I'm still confused on. But Cena versus Theory, huge match. WrestleMania is coming up. We have our next segment, the Bloodlines backstage, and when I was watching this, and I don't know if this is supposed to be, on purpose, but Jimmy's talking about how he's very hurt and nothing hurts him more than seeing his brother get shit on. And it looks as if he's talking to Roman or about Roman. And then he quickly changes it and says, I blame Sami Zayn for all of this. And Roman has everyone leave but Jey Uso. And then Roman talks to Jey, and Roman says, you haven't talked for months, and now you're here making decisions for the bloodline. Are you still bloodline? Are you still family? And Jey says, I'm still bloodline ace. And Roman says, I hope so. I love you. Can I tell you something? I have been in a predicament before. I'm not going to give my personal story, but I have told a close family member, I love you. And the response was, I hope so. That is manipulation at its finest. And here's the thing here. Did Jimmy was Jimmy trying to attack Reigns and we're supposed to believe when he kind of backed down and blamed Sammy? And now Roman's trying to say, listen, your brother is going to be doing some shady shit. I hope you love me because what do you think? Is that supposed to intertwine or is that me just kind of going off the rails thinking that Jimmy was going after Reigns at the beginning?
No, I mean, this is kind of confusing. Jay says he's with Roman, but Roman doesn't know. I don't think Roman believes him. But what I think is gonna occur, let's say hypothetically, I don't think this is gonna happen. But let's say hypothetically speaking, the Bloodline loses all their titles at Mania, right? I think if that happens, if we don't see like a Roman versus Cody part 2, I can definitely see, and that's if Roman Reigns doesn't like retire or like become a part-timer. I could definitely would see and would like to see another Jay versus Roman feud. They had an amazing if they did that, they carried the pandemic. That whole feud with Jay and then Jimmy came back from injury, and then the whole bloodline first forming that carried the entire pandemic. There was no crowd for that. I think if these two had a feud with a fucking audience, I think they tear the fucking roof off. That's if they lose again. I don't think all bloodline members lose the title at Mania. I will save that a little bit more for the predictions, but I don't see all of the bloodline members losing their titles just yet.
Not yet either. I mean, I think I agree. If there were more heads, more people watching, I think Jay would have been kind of brought up a bit more to the main roster with that whole storyline that happened in 2020, 2021. Listen, Roman's a master manipulator. I'm excited to
When
see
we
what-
saw that back then,
Yeah,
we
we
at
did.
the Hell in a Cell match, we saw that. He manipulated as fuck.
So I think it's gonna wrap up at Mania. I think we're gonna get some kind of something's gonna hit the fan. Speaking of hitting the fan, Omos with MVP defeats Mustafa Ali in quick fashion after nailing a two-handed chokeslam. After MVP says that Brock Lesnar is gonna learn about the Nigerian giant Omos at WrestleMania. Not a lot to say here. I mean, Godzilla versus King Kong, but that's pretty much what we're getting at Mania. Omos obviously is unstoppable. If you're going to add, you can, but this is just going to be two big dudes going at it. No real storyline other than Brock kind of a little nervous about Omos.
Dude, Omos ain't gonna lose this match, obviously. Omos, I don't want to see this match. I know you don't. Omos hasn't done anything recently for me to think he should have the WrestleMania match again, especially against somebody as big as Brock Lesnar. I don't know. I would have loved to see like LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar. That would, but I don't know. This match, I don't know. I don't. This match, I didn't watch the match. I honestly went to go make food during this.
It was
match.
boring.
I knew you're not gonna have Mustafa Ali lose to Omos before he's gonna fight Lesnar, and that's just we know wrestling's a little fake, but come on now, you're not that's soup. You're not gonna have that's like Shaq being the shit out of or like a little midget being up. Yeah, never.
I think the problem with this is, and I don't want to talk shit about Brock, but I'm going to right now. Brock wanted an easy night at WrestleMania. If he fights a guy like LA Knight, he's going to have to use his brain. He's going to have to move around a lot more. It's not going to be an easy match. Whereas Omos, Omos can't do shit. So like, all they're going to do is walk around, run into each other.
I think
that's easy.
I think Brock will hang it up after this match.
Probably, why not?
What is there left for Brock Lesnar to do?
Nothing. I really
can't do. We're done seeing the Roman Reigns rivalry.
That goes on tonight. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, on A&E. Yeah, we've seen that for the last what? 4
years.
4 years. We've seen it since fucking. They did it since what? Like WrestleMania, like 31. That was in like 2016. Like when Rollins cashed in. Like they've been going at it for that. We're WrestleMania 39, and they've been going at it since WrestleMania 31, and they just main evented last year. What's left for him to do?
I just think honestly, I agree with you. This will be a good match. They'll solidify a new giant WWE, a new monster being Omos, but Omos can't compare to Lesnar. Lesnar could do a lot in the beginning. He was doing moonsaults. He was doing all of the. Omos cannot compare to Lesnar, but we're going to have to wait till May to find out which monster reigns supreme. Speaking of reigning supreme, Logan Paul comes out to host Impaulsive. And we know last time we saw Logan Paul, he knocked out Seth Rollins. And Logan says, I don't got to be here tonight. He's like, I'm here because I love being in this ring. I hear you and y'all don't love me. No matter how many times, how many of your superstars I beat, you don't respect me. Yes, I am that good. I respect Seth Rollins, but it's to be hate someone with. Oh, but to be honest, I hate people. It must hate to have someone named Seth. He goes, I kind of want to see me knock Seth Rollins out again. I can watch that all day. And Logan keeps showing on a monitor videos of him knocking out Seth Rollins. Seth comes out and he attacks Logan. He drops Logan on the table and dives over security guards to get at Logan with 2 brawl. While Seth takes out the guards, Logan is able to knock out Seth Rollins again outside. Logan Paul embarrassing Seth Rollins on the road to Mania once again. Do you think this is a good idea to have Seth continue to get knocked out by Logan, or do you think it's kind of making Seth look weak here?
It is making Seth look weak. Seth Rollins is the one that won in this match. He's the one that went on a podcast and talked about how Logan Paul isn't one of them and blah 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 blah. Look, I don't know. We think it's a work. I don't know. I don't know if it's a work or not, to be honest. Just like I think he feels the same way as that, like he feels about what he said about CM Punk. And he does not like CM Punk in real life. So I genuinely think he does not like Logan Paul. Which makes this feud good. I mean, Logan Paul's this was a good thing with Logan Paul. I mean, we see with Logan Paul in his promos, we usually seen him come out while somebody else was in the ring, but this time we see him start it and kind of carry it. He's a good heel. Like I talked about it before, so I won't get too in depth with it, but an outsider coming in, he's pretty fucking good. And I think what makes him good, you guys got to think about it. He's an athlete. He's an athlete. He's a fighter. He's a real fighter. He's a real boxer. He's an athlete. He can do some of these things, a lot of these things that we probably don't. He hasn't even shown his full potential, and he still blows us away. So this is gonna be a banger. I just hope tomorrow Rollins gets a little more, payback, because you're right, it is kind of making Seth Rollins look a little weak here. But I think Logan continues to get the advantage, and I think Logan Paul is a capable opponent for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and Logan has just this really just natural heat. He just smiles and the fans like boo. So like this is gonna be a good match. Seth is they're gonna kill it. I'm excited.
Logan's gonna carry it, but it's gonna be Logan really isn't good. Yeah, he's in good hands. If there's anybody he's had he look. I think all of his singles matches, fuck it that all of his matches, he's been in good hands.
Mm-hmm.
He was teaming up with the Miz, then fought against the Miz, then fought against Roman. Now he's fighting against Seth, and they were all three biggest pay-per-views of the year. So I mean, he's in really good hands, and
they're gonna kill it.
If I said this before, just like Bad Bunny, I feel like and I don't want to get off topic real quick, but I feel like with the celebrities they bring in, I feel like if they're like bullshit celebrities that like don't care, don't know too much, they put them with like meh. But like if it's like a celebrity like Bad Bunny, like Logan Paul, they put him with good people. Like Bad Bunny in WrestleMania match, he was with Priest, and then he was working with Miz and Morrison, like guys who've been in the business forever. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
They're gonna kill it. They're gonna kill it. This WrestleMania has given me like serious old school WrestleMania vibes.
No,
like,
it's good.
Matters. It seems like
it's not too big of a card either.
No,
I feel like it's just enough match. I still think they should go back to the one day, but
I do too.
I still miss one Saturday night. That'd be beautiful. And you have it could be a long ass it could be if you want to make a long card, just do what AEW does and make the pay-per-views go till fucking midnight. But literally 8 till midnight. But yeah, I mean, look, this WrestleMania it's giving me the WrestleMania 21 vibes.
It's killing it. Well, let's move on with Raw. We have Dominik Mysterio with Damian Priest defeating Johnny Gargano with Dexter Lumis. Of course, Dominik getting help from Damian, causing a distraction, allowing Dominik to hit a frog splash to the back of Gargano. More important is what happens after the match. Dominik says, last Friday, my good-for-nothing father did not accept my challenge, but I'm not done. In Vegas on Friday, my whole family will be there, and I will challenge my father and make him say yes. Now, we're recording this after Friday, so I don't want to go much into detail about this. I'm just excited to know that the rivalry is continuing on. The match was good, two high flyers, but yeah, I mean Dominic's looking a bit more impressive in this match than in the past. If you want to add anything, you can, but SmackDown, it was on.
WrestleMania just got a whole lot better. I kind of already said it at the beginning. I already said, spoiled it by accident. I think Reign dominates the main event, WrestleMania first. So yes, they are going. He accepted the challenge. Whatever, we'll cover that tomorrow or whatever we can.
And I have a
so fucking hyped, dude. No. I'm so hyped for that match. Like I know we're talking about SmackDown a little bit right now, but I'm just because look, and I'll talk about Raw real quick because I know we are talking about I liked how he brought. He told us what was going to happen. He said he was going to ask Mom. I'm not going to say what he did on SmackDown, but we saw what he did on SmackDown. He did it, and I think his mic skills are getting better. I think his mic skills Friday night were phenomenal. And he's also in good hands. Not just because it's his dad, but he's a Hall of Famer now. He's a legend. It's fucking Rey Mysterio. You're fine. Yeah. But so go ahead. And son versus father at WrestleMania. Come on. I know wrestling.
I have a little, and we'll talk about this on SmackDown. I do have a little issue with it being accepted. Remind me to go more into detail because I don't want to spoil anything.
I think I know why, but yeah, I'll remind you.
Yeah, just with we'll get into detail, but we'll say that for SmackDown. I'm excited. We got another promo. It's a strange promo from Edge. It kind of zooms in his face into the TV. There's candles surrounding him. And Edge says, I'm a hostile man that I cage up so I can be in society. Finn, bring your demon so he can meet the devil at WrestleMania. So Edge is inexplicably challenging Finn Balor to bring out his demon at WrestleMania. Does this added implication of the demon Balor add anything?
Demon versus Brood, baby. Gangrel's coming back.
Yeah.
See you, Gangrel walks out with Edge at WrestleMania. He did not. We saw him appear on AEW in the summer, but he does not have an AEW contract. He will appear on if Vince isn't behind everything. If Vince is behind everything, it's not going to happen. And I still think Vince has creative control. I'm sorry.
I think it's some things, yeah.
I think he has some creative control. It's not all Hunter.
I really think Triple H would want to see Brock versus Omos at Mania. I'm still here. I'm describing something. Keep on going.
But I don't. Okay, so I also don't. Well, I'll talk about that later. But with Edge, I'm so fucking excited. I mean, if we get dude, that demon's gonna be awesome. I hope he does it purple. It's gonna. I hope Edge. Oh man. I don't know what to say. Just I hope they do more like a little bit of a face to face, before they go at it. But again, I would love to see Edge come out to the Brood entrance along with Finn with the Demon. I think that'd be fucking. It's gonna be an insane match, especially that it's Hell in a Cell.
I had to grab something. I'm back in my shirt. It's a totally hi, everybody. Yes, Hell in a Cell. I do agree. Him with the purple would be kind of cool. I'm just excited for all of this, everything to come at this year's Mania. Speaking of this year's Mania, Rhea Ripley comes out, and we know she's going to be taking on Charlotte Flair in the main event of night one. And Rhea says, last Friday, Charlotte Flair said, I need to be champion. I don't agree with living in the past. Charlotte keeps talking about 3 years ago. How can I try to earn respect? Charlotte Flair thinks she's the leader of the division. After that, I knew you didn't respect me, but I make you question yourself. I bring out your deepest insecurities. Because Charlotte Flair, you know every time we go on to war, I keep going. It's time you're done. Because without the WWE, you're nothing. It's over. I don't care if you respect me, because at WrestleMania, I will be champion and be the biggest star in WWE. Charlotte Flair, when you see me holding your crown above your head, I don't need you to respect me, but you will fear me. That's when Bayley and Damage Control come out. And Bayley says, we respect you. If you need tips on being Charlotte Flair, you can ask me. I've done it before. Rhea says, I don't need tips or anything from you. Bayley says, this is our show. Get out of our ring. And Rhea says, why are you trying to kick me out? So we got Rhea Ripley taking on Bayley in a special match. We'll talk about the promo after the match. This is a decent match. During the contest, the women's tag team champions Becky Lynch and Lita come out alongside Trish Stratus, and they're just watching from ringside. Control trying to get involved in the match, but Becky and Trish even the square, and Rhea hits Bayley with a riptide to get the win. What do you think of Rhea's promo about, how Charlotte has insecurities and she will beat her at Mania and the match? What do you think?
You want to know something? This whole babyface Charlotte is making her look so soft.
Yeah.
I'm not liking the whole babyface Charlotte thing. I wouldn't mind if this was a heel. Why can't we ever get a heel versus heel? Why does it always have to be a babyface versus a heel? Like, it can never be a fucking heel versus heel. Like, no, like I've seen it. Look, everyone's liking the whole Charlotte Flair going babyface thing. I personally do not. Rhea Ripley's so dominant. She's making Charlotte really look weak, especially on the mic. I am excited for this match. Not as much as I am for other matches on this card. Just because like you said in previous weeks, we've seen this match numerous amount of times. But I feel like this match has a little bit more meaning behind all the other ones they've done. So it should be good. But again, I hope if Charlotte does lose that title, I don't know what she's gonna do, but I hope she changes the whole babyface thing because it makes her look terrible.
Charlotte Flair. I remember the first week that she came back and she forgot that she was a babyface and she grabbed the title from the ref and then she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you fucked up."
That's why she needs to go back to
just go back to being heel and just find out who the dominant woman in WWE is. That's fine. We find out that Andy Kaufman is going to be the next person inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Moving on our next match, Ricochet defeats Chad Gable with Otis. Ricochet has Braun Strowman with him. Both teams will be featured in the WrestleMania Tag Team Showcase match. During the match, Maxine comes out and she has Otis follow her backstage, which distracts Gable, allowing Ricochet to nail the shooting star press. Not a lot to say here, just WWE showcasing the wrestlers in this tag match at WrestleMania. If you have any thoughts, you can share them, but just basic match, right?
No, yeah, I think I say this every week, so
yeah,
able to lose all the time.
He keeps on losing. Well, these two, this is another match that usually happens. We have Piper Niven and Chelsea Green taking on the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair and her opponent at WrestleMania, Asuka. And Bianca and Asuka get the win after Bianca nails a KOD to Piper Niven. However, during the match, Asuka and Bianca argue. Afterwards, Asuka attacks Bianca from behind, nails a spin kick and a sliding knee, and she leaves Bianca Belair lying. This match, there's been really no storyline here. It's just been Asuka wins the number one contendership. And that's all it's really been. There's been no real storyline for this.
I agree. I'm not excited for this match at all. I just think
wasn't into
this is gonna be one of those matches where it's gonna be a good match, no doubt about it. These two perform extremely well. Two of the best of the business. But wrestling's about storyline. At least to me. Of course, you gotta have the in-ring abilities, all that. I don't want to get too into detail about this topic, but storytelling is key. Mm-hmm. Not only about in your matches, but also in your character. So, your wrestling gimmicks or whatever. So, this match just doesn't have any of that. Why are you gonna team up with your WrestleMania opponent that you're fighting for the championship? I don't understand that.
They did that with Sasha and Bianca. They do it all the time.
That's stupid booking. Next.
Well, we're at the end. We have the WWE Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and Solo Sikoa come out. And all Roman says is acknowledge me. And Cody Rhodes sure does, because Cody comes out next. And Cody says, you have a Cody Rhodes problem. I'd love it if you could define for me what you mean by problem. Mr. Heyman, I am talking to the tribal chief. You don't need to talk for him. Roman says, you're not the problem. What you represent is a problem. You're a pro wrestler, what they used to be. I'm a fighter, and I'm a megastar. You didn't like Stardust, so you ran. You went to another business. You left. You came here. You got here. Your real moment is April 3rd when you wake up and look in the mirror. Make a choice. Your dad is proud of. You're not going to do what you do and do what you're not, or you're going to do what you do and run like a little bitch that you are. Cody says, I faced adversity and ran away, but when I did that, I created money for every company that I fought for. Maybe I'm just a runaway, violent pro wrestler. My dad is not going to hit the bionic elbow at WrestleMania. My brother works elsewhere. All you're getting is me. He goes, my Cuban mother would tell me to knock that boy out on his ass and keep attacking. On April 3rd, the tribal chief, you're going to wake up without the titles. And when that happens, Jay is going to leave you. Jimmy will then leave you too. Solo, you think you're ready, but you're not. When Solo leaves you, this man becomes an advocate, pointing to Paul Heyman's. A Roman with no more reigns, a chief without a tribe. And then Roman goes to leave, but Solo looks at Cody, and Roman calls him. Cody says, it's like I said, I knew you weren't ready. Solo goes to attack, Cody hits him, and Solo goes to fight again, but Roman pulls him back. So Cody getting the win here with this promo in my eyes, making Roman think and stop in his tracks. It's not about Dusty. It's not about anybody. It's about him and Roman. He's going to end the streak at Mania, not streak for the title reign. And this whole thing with Solo, I mean, he's listening to Roman. What do you think as we wrap up quick? Your thoughts on Mania now that Cody has made this promo?
No, I agree. This promo was very well. Happy we're seeing more Roman Reigns. He mentioned significantly AEW, just without saying AEW. But both spinning facts. This is going to be a banger of a match. Good main event. I'm excited.
Yes, sir. Well, we're going to end this. This is our episode recap of Raw. We're going to be coming up with you next for SmackDown. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay safe and stay uncensored.